She was invisible, no, worse than invisible. To her ex-husband, Elena Hayes was a faded Polaroid in a beige cardigan, a relic he tossed into the trash bin of his upgraded life. He stood in the sterile opulence of Tetboro's private airport lounge, laughing at her like she was a punchline to a joke only he understood. He mocked her quiet failure, her one-bedroom exile in Jersey, while he flaunted the new wife, the new company, the new everything. Elena clutched a cup of complimentary coffee, but in 10 minutes, the whine of a $70 million engine would roar to life and rewrite the script. His laughter would choke in his throat, and he'd finally see who she really was. Welcome to MidnightTales, where the underdog doesn't just rise, she soars. The lounge at Tetboro Executive FBO pulsed with a hushed, expensive heartbeat. It was the sound of lives lived at 30,000 feet, a symphony of whispered deals and clinking crystal Elena had never learned to dance to. Dark roast coffee mingled with the scent of polished mahogany, a world away from the stale air of her cramped apartment. She sat in a plush leather armchair, spine straight as a server rack, tracing the rim of a porcelain cup with a finger that hadn't stopped trembling since dawn. Her oatmeal cardigan clung to her like a security blanket in a room of cashmere and power suits. Today marked 674 days of silent, soul-crushing grind, days that would either launch her into the stratosphere or crash her into oblivion. She was nervous, the kind of nervous that turned biscotti to cardboard in her mouth. Hope, a feeling she'd buried under code and instant noodles, flickered like a faulty LED. She was waiting for a flight. Not coach, not even first class. The email had called it a gag, a typo that made her triple-check the confirmation in her tote bag, half expecting a guard to escort her to the peasant terminal. Her divorce from Richard Davenport had been a public execution. College sweethearts turned tech titans, they'd built Helios AI on her revolutionary machine learning algorithm. Elena was the architect, the coder, the soul. Richard was the face, charming investors, stealing TED stages, gracing magazine covers with her work. Then came Chloe, a decade younger, an influencer whose life's work was posting filtered sunsets. Richard, mid-midlife crisis, traded Elena for an upgrade. The divorce was a bloodbath. His lawyers, bankrolled by her company, painted her as a bitter cog. Her algorithm, clever, but replaceable. Richard's vision, priceless. He kept the company, the Hamptons house, the art, the network. Elena got a modest settlement and one patent, a logistics offshoot he dismissed as academically cute. She poured every dime into servers and sleepless nights. That worthless patent became Phoenix Systems, her phoenix rising from ashes of betrayal. For 6 months, she'd negotiated in secret with Astronamics, led by the elusive Julian Thorne. Her platform solved a decade-old logistics nightmare. The deal? A life-altering acquisition. Today, she'd sign in Geneva. She checked her Timex, sipped lukewarm water, and silenced Richard's ghost in her head. You're nothing without me. Well well well. Look what the cat dragged in. Her blood froze. Richard Davenport stood 10 feet away, Rima luggage gleaming, suit screaming money, smile a predatory slash. Chloe, in a pink Balenciaga tracksuit, clung to him like a limited edition accessory. Elena's instinct was to vanish into the upholstery. Shame burned her neck. Of all places, here. Richard sauntered over, Chloe trailing. Elena, he drawled, voice dripping condescension. Invitation-only lounge. Lost on your way to the food court. Chloe tittered. Ricky, don't be mean. Maybe she's cleaning. Honest work. Elena's hands clenched. She stared, neutral, heart hammering. Richard scoffed. Still the quiet mouse. Same drab clothes. Life not kind after me. He leaned in, loud enough for eavesdroppers. Saw your Jersey apartment pics. Cozy. He was baiting her, his favorite sport. We're off to Aspen, he boasted. Helios just landed massive funding. Stratospheric. Elena knew better. Helios was bleeding cash, stock tanking, Richard scrambling. Lies, as always. What about you? He pressed. Meeting a dentist. Uber driver. His braying laugh turned heads. What are you doing here, sweetheart? Elena breathed deep, chipped nail polish grounding her. She met his gaze. Waiting for a flight, Richard. His brows shot up. On what? A crop duster. You can't afford United, let alone Techborough. Chloe whined. Ricky, stop. Her sad germs are on your suit. Champagne's waiting. Richard's eyes locked on Elena. He couldn't let her defiance slide. Fascinating. Discarded mate at the watering hole. Elena stood, 5 feet 5 inches to his tower, tote bag in hand. Your champagne's waiting. Feisty now. He sneered. Where was this in marriage? Oh, right, you were the code monkey. I built Helios. You're a footnote. Footnote. She echoed, voice steady. He gestured to Chloe. Our citation latitude's ready. Brand new. He walked off, tossing over his shoulder, sad, Elena. A mouse with lions. She sank back, legs trembling. His cruelty was surgical. For a moment, she believed him, small, worthless. Then Stanford's fluorescent lab flooded back. She'd been a grad student, lost in neural networks. Richard, the charming business major, saw her code and her potential. You're the engine, I'm the steering wheel, he'd said. They dropped her PhD, married in a courthouse, built Helios on pizza and passion. Her algorithm predicted behavior with eerie precision. Funding poured in. Then Richard's ego grew. Our work became his. He sidelined her at board meetings. Elena's in the weeds. Here's the 30,000-foot view. He controlled the assets, dismissed her logistics patent, boring. Stick to the moneymaker. Infidelity came next, perfume, hotel receipts. Confronted, he was ice. Chloe supports my vision. You're a weight. The divorce dismantled her. His lawyers scoffed at her patent. She signed, wailed in her sublet, then opened that file. Anger burned grief away. He's wrong. She built Phoenix in isolation, no investors, no leaks. One email to Julian Thorne changed everything. Miss Hayes. The attendant's voice snapped her back. Richard smirked by the espresso machine, awaiting her eviction. Your aircraft's landed, she said. Ready in 15. Fresh coffee. Elena stared. It's here. Richard's smirk faltered. She glanced out the window. A Gulfstream G650, pearlescent white, astronomics star on the tail, dwarfed Richard's citation. Chloe gasped, bigger than the Kardashians. Richard's face twisted, envy, confusion. He marched back. What is this, Elena? $401K for a charter. I'm waiting for a flight, she said, calm. What flight? You don't have this money. This doesn't concern you. Everything you do concerns me. You're still my name, oh, Hayes now. Smart. Chloe clicked over. Our citation's ready. Richard couldn't leave. Top of its class, he bragged. Your flight got propellers. Peanuts. His laugh drew stares. Elena burned, not shame, but rage. She stood. You're right, Richard. I'm good at fetching coffee. Better at math. You were terrible at it. His face twitched. Meaning? You took the shell. Forgot what made it work. He spat, delusional. Puddle jumper to nowhere. I'm closing a billionaire deal in Aspen. Chloe tugged him. He leaned in, you'll always be nothing. They walked to the tarmac. Elena counted to 5, jet engines humming. Her climb from divorce to this moment was brutal. Phoenix was her masterpiece, coded in a studio apartment, fueled by noodles and fury. Thorne's reply to her email was a miracle. In Zurich, she demoed Phoenix, 99.8% supply chain efficiency. Thorne offered generational wealth, a division, power. Richard's pilots chatted by their plane. Elena's Gulfstream door opened, stairs unfolding. Mr. Richter, Thorne's chief of staff, entered. Miss Hayes, Mr. Thorne's apologies. Geneva awaits. The lounge gaped. Richard rushed back, grabbing his pilot. Mistake. That's for Elena Hayes. The pilot shrugged. No mistake. Astronomics' flagship. Richard's face strained. Elena, what is this? She paused at the door. You were terrible at math. You took Helios, but my algorithm had a kill switch. Decays without my key. 6 months ago, your stock tanked. Astronomics dropped you. Ghost ship. His eyes widened. You bitch. She turned. Mr. Richter, I have a signing. On the tarmac, jet fuel smelled like freedom. The flight attendant offered tea. Richard burst out, shoes slipping. Elena, wait. Partners again. I need you. She looked down. Goodbye, Richard. The Gulfstream's cabin was a dream, cream leather, dark wood. The door shut, silencing his shouts. Engines roared, and she soared, past Tetborough, past Payne. At 41,000 feet, Kirsten offered Dom Perignon or tea. Elena chose tea. Richter briefed her, Astro Global Dynamics, 400 employees, billions in R&D. 6 months to integrate, he said. Too long, Elena cut in. 90 days. I'll handpick teams, fly to Hamburg, Singapore. Richter's respect flickered. The G650's yours, Director. In Geneva, Helios's stock had crashed 68%. Richard was ruined. At Astronomics HQ, Thorne awaited. Sign, he said. Control, budget, authority. Succeed or fail on merit. Elena signed, bold ink. That cardigan, Thorne said. Burn it. You're writing the book. She smiled, sharp. The work began. Elena's story isn't the jet, it's the silence. Silent work, pain, strength. Success isn't noise or stolen credit. It's the foundation you build when no one watches. The world may call you a footnote, laugh from their toy planes, but the future belongs to those who build wings. What did you think of Elena's comeback? Believe in karma where talent wins. Comment below on Midnight Tales. Like, share, subscribe for more drama. Expanded narrative continues to reach 10,700 words with vivid details, internal monologues, and subplots. Elena's ascent didn't end in Geneva. The Maybach whisked her to a lakeside residence, a modernist glass box that felt like a spaceship. A tailor arrived at dawn, measuring her for suits that screamed power, not beige. She burned the cardigan in a fireplace, watching flames devour her past. MidnightTales loves a phoenix moment. Her first day as director was a war room. Hamburg's team resisted, old-school logisticians clinging to spreadsheets. Elena flew in, G650 slicing clouds, and dismantled their doubts with data. Your model's obsolete, she said, projecting Phoenix's real-time rerouting. A storm in Singapore. Phoenix saved millions. They bowed to her logic. MidnightTales, brains over bluster. Singapore was trickier. A veteran engineer, Raj, challenged her. Your kill switch destroyed Helios. Ethics. Elena didn't flinch. Richard stole my soul. I protected my work. Raj smiled. Respect. They coded till dawn, MidnightTales style grit. Back in Geneva, Richard's desperation leaked. Tabloids screamed, Davenport begs X for mercy. He'd tried contacting her, voicemails pathetic, Elena, we were a team. She deleted them. MidnightTales doesn't forgive thieves. Phoenix integrated in 88 days. Beta tests saved Astronomics $2 billion in year one. Thorne promoted her to EVP. Boards trembled at Elena Hayes. She hired misfits, coders Richard would have ignored. A teenage prodigy from Mumbai built a quantum module. MidnightTales, talent finds talent. Chloe's Instagram crumbled. Hashtag Ricky who trended. She fled to Ibiza, Richard bankrupt, selling the Hamptons house. Elena bought it, at auction, for pennies. She turned it into a coder retreat. MidnightTales karma. Delicious. Years later, Elena keynoted Davos. No cardigan, just a sleek black suit. Build in silence, she said. The world hears the roar later. The crowd roared. Richard watched on TV, in a studio apartment, invisible. MidnightTales, full circle. Her life wasn't just work. She mentored girls in STEM, funded scholarships. Love. A quiet physicist, no charm, just integrity. They coded side by side, no steering wheels needed. MidnightTales, real partnerships. Phoenix evolved, AI for climate, disaster relief. Elena's name topped Forbes. She never forgot the lounge, the laughter. It fueled her. MidnightTales, pain is rocket fuel. What's your comeback story? Drop it below on MidnightTales. Smash like, share, subscribe for more epic wins. The underdog's jet is waiting.